Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. In this video, I'm going to talk about the top 5 OpenAI automations. Now, OpenAI is an artificial intelligence and deployment company that helps you in generating human-like content and images. So, whenever I say that you want to write a story or an article, you want to just, let's say, write an essay. So, anything that you want to do, you can automatically do it with the help of OpenAI. So, you have the content in your Google Sheet and automatically you have generated it, created a document or send it on WhatsApp, or you have just created an Instagram reel and posted it there. So all these automations are possible. So let's talk about the most popular 5 automations where you have integrated OpenAI with different applications using Pabbly Connect. So here we have how you can create social media posts using OpenAI. Then write blogs using OpenAI to drive sales to e-commerce websites. Write an essay quickly using OpenAI. You can write an article, short stories, etc. Now write articles in bulk, not only one. If you want to write articles in bulk automatically, then here is the integration for you. Generate recipes with AI and post on Facebook automatically. This one is really interesting. Now, how can you do this? To understand this, let me take you to my screen where I'm going to show you the step-by-step process. So let's begin.
Hey everyone, in this video you will learn how you can create content for your social media posts automatically using an artificial intelligence tool called as OpenAI. Okay, so we are going to connect a few applications here and we are going to set up an automation by which you just have to enter the details of the post that you want to create in a spreadsheet like in Google Sheets, and after that the content of the social media post will be automatically generated and will be automatically posted on your social media platforms just like Facebook, and you don't have to do anything manually. So it will save your ton of time and it will boost your online presence as well. So we are going to set up this without any coding very easily. So let's begin. So guys, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an automation tool to set up this automation, and this is the landing page of Pabbly, and I have pasted the link in the description. From here you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account and you will get free automation tasks every month to test and set up your automation. So you can just sign up right now, and after that you have to sign in and you will reach this dashboard of Pabbly Connect application. Okay, and from here you have to click on this create workflow button to set up the workflow, and here you can give a suitable name to your workflow as well. So I'm giving the name here. So I have given the name here as create social media posts automatically. And now I'm going to click on this create button and the workflow page will load up here in front of me like this. And here you will find these two things, guys, the trigger and the action. So with the help of these two things, we can set up this whole automation. So the trigger is that event which is going to start this workflow, and the action would be the consequence or the response towards the trigger event. Okay. So here guys, it is asking to choose your application. So here we are going to choose that application in which the trigger event is going to occur. So in our use case guys, we want that whenever I add these kind of details in my spreadsheet, like the caption or the title of the post and the social media platform's name, the workflow should trigger and start working and generate content for me. Okay. So Google Sheets would be our trigger application. So search for Google Sheets here. Okay. And the trigger event would be new or updated spreadsheet row. Okay. So like this. And it will give you this webhook URL. So with the help of this, you can make a connection with Google Sheets. And after that, you can capture the data from Google Sheets and bring it here in this workflow. So guys, these are the instructions written here. You can read these steps below to make this connection with Google Sheets. Let me show you directly how you can do that. So guys, first of all, I'm going to open my spreadsheet here in a new incognito window. So if you are also using multiple Google accounts in the same browser, you should also open your spreadsheet here in incognito mode to make the connection properly. Okay, now guys, here you have to click on extensions, and from this add-ons, click on get add-ons. And from this Google Workspace Marketplace window, you have to install an add-on which is called Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Okay. So you can see I have already installed it. And after installing this, you need to refresh your spreadsheet. This is an important step. All right. And after refreshing, when you click on extensions, you will find this Pabbly Connect Webhooks option available here in the drop down. And from here, click on initial setup. And here you will find these two fields, the webhook URL field and the trigger column field. So in this webhook URL field, you have to paste the URL that you got from your workflow. And in the trigger column, you have to enter the name of the final data entry column that you have in this spreadsheet. So guys, final data entry column means, let me show you. Here you can see I have these three columns, A, B, and C. Okay. Now I am filling the details starting from column A. So I'll fill the post caption or the title, then I'll fill the social media platform's name. And as I'm going to enter the data here in this column, I want that the workflow should run. Okay, so B column is my trigger column. Okay, and after generating the content will be updated here. That will happen later on in the next steps of automation. Okay, so here, let me click on extensions. Pabbly Connect Webhooks, initial setup. All right, and here the trigger column is B. So B is already written, and let me erase this field. Okay, and here let's copy our new URL that we got here, the webhook URL of our workflow. Let me just copy this and paste this URL here like this. Okay, right. And here you can see guys, in the workflow, as I have copied the URL, it started showing waiting for the webhook connections response. This means guys, now you have to bring some test data here in this workflow from your spreadsheet. Okay, so to bring the test data here, you just have to click here on this send test button under this initial setup. So when you click on send test, the data of the first row that you have will be sent to your workflow as the test data. Okay. So let me click on send test here. And here you can see test data sent successfully is written here. Let's check our workflow if we got the data captured. And here you can see guys, we got the data captured and it is showing the spreadsheet's name, the trigger column's name. And here you can see the social media platform and the caption, everything is here. Now you can go back and click on submit here in this initial setup. Okay, then close this window, and from extensions you have to come to Pabbly Connect Webhooks option one more time, and from here click on this send on event option as well. So when you click on send on event, what will happen whenever you are going to add any new row here, the workflow will trigger. Okay, so we are done making this connection. After this guys, we want to generate the content using OpenAI application. So we are going to connect OpenAI here in this action window. So search for OpenAI. And after this, you have to connect, you have to select the action event now. Okay, so the action event would be generate content. Okay, select this option, then click on connect here. And from this window, select add new connection. And here it is asking for the API key of OpenAI application. Okay, so you will find this key from the OpenAI API keys page. Let me show you that. So guys, this is the OpenAI dashboard, and here I'm going to click on this profile icon, and from here you will find this view API keys option, and when you click on it, you will find the API keys right here, and you can generate a new key by clicking on this create new key. Okay, this is the key that we want. Just copy it and you can paste it here and then click on save, and you will be connected with OpenAI, right? And here it is asking to select the artificial intelligence model. So OpenAI have different AI models to generate content. So I'm going to use this text DaVinci 002 model. So this is the mostly used model. Okay, and it will give you accurate results. So use this only. And here it is asking for the prompt. Okay, so guys, prompt is like a command to OpenAI. Okay, and with the help of this command, the OpenAI application generates things for you. So guys, you can learn about the prompts from the documentation of OpenAI, and let me show you how you can give a prompt. So I am giving the prompt here as, so I have given this small prompt. I have written, write an article for social media platforms like, and here after like, I'm going to place the social media platform which I have got from my spreadsheet. The name of my platform was Facebook, and I have captured the data here in this first tab. And I'm going to map this social media platform label from this first tab to this tab like this. Let me show you. After like, you just have to put your cursor. Okay, and the previous step will appear here in the drop down, and when you click on it, you will find all the data here only. So from here, map this social media platform label. Okay, and that's how you can map the data, right? So guys, we are mapping this data here because whenever you are going to enter the details here, the platform's name can change. Okay, so as you change the name here, the labels are going to be updated here and new names will be placed here. Okay, and in the article topic, I'm going to map the topic from the spreadsheet from this post caption slash title label. Okay, just map it. So this will be the topic of the article, and this will be the platform. Here it is asking maximum number of tokens or words that you want to generate. So the default value is 256. So I'm filling here 300. Let's say I want an article, a small article of 300 words. And here it is asking for the sampling type. So it uses sampling technology for generating the content. So generally we use temperature sampling option here, which is the default option. Here you have to provide the sampling value between 0 to 1. So the default value is 0.7. Let me put here 0.8. Okay. You can leave these penalty options blank. And here it is asking for the stop sequence. So stop sequence is the sequence which is going to tell OpenAI when to stop, and you can provide the sequence like this. You can see the example /n or /hashtag, whatever you want. So I'm just putting here /hashtag. Okay, and here it is asking best of. So it generates best of completion server sites and returns the best. Okay, so when you select best of 2, it will give you best of 2. I'm selecting best of 3 here. Right, now you can click on save and send test request button, and it will start working and generate a test article for you in front of you. And here you can see, guys, we have received this response, and in this choices 0 text label, you can see and read the generated text. You can see, are you looking for ways to automate your software development process? If so, you're in the luck. There are a number of different ways to automate your software development, and we have compiled a list of some ideas. And actually, the title of the post is this: latest software automation ideas. And very appropriately, OpenAI have generated an article for us. Okay, you can see it has given us the list of the latest ideas of automation. Okay, now guys, after generating the article, I want to share it on Facebook. But not only article, I want to share an image with this article also. So to generate an image, I'm going to use Switchboard Canvas application. Okay, so Switchboard Canvas is an image creation and designing tool. So just click here on this plus icon, and here I am going to search for Switchboard Canvas. And the action event would be create image. Then click on connect. From here, select add new connection, and here it is asking for the API key of Switchboard Canvas application. So you can find the key like this. This is my Switchboard Canvas, and let me open the templates page. This is my templates page, and here we have this view your API key button. Let me just refresh the page again. So by clicking on this view your API key, you can get the key. So I'm just going to copy this post type API key. Just click on copy and paste it here in this field. And then click on save, and you will be connected with Switchboard Canvas. Okay, so we are connected, and here it is asking for to select the templates name. So guys, to create images, you need to create images using this automation, you need to have some image templates inside switchboard canvas. So guys, image templates are the templates by which you can generate multiple images. Okay, so this is a template I have created for social media posts. You can see the name. All right, and here guys, in this template you can see this text box is a variable thing, so we can change this text box with every new image we are creating. So I'm going to select this uh, template. So the name of my template is social media posts. So here you can see the list of all the image templates you have. From here I'm selecting this one, and here it is asking for the width and the height of the image that you want to generate. So you can just see the width and the height from here, from switchboard canvas. 1919 is the width and this is the height. Let me just enter the same data here. So the data we are entering here manually as is going to remain static as it is. Okay, this is not going to change. And here it is asking for the image and the title, post title. So guys, here you can see we have two variables here. You can change the background image and change this this text box as well, the data of the text box. So guys, we are going to just change this text. I do not want to change the background. If you want to change it, you can change it. Okay, so I'm just going to map this text here. So I'm going to map the data from the previous step, and here you can see we have received the OpenAI generated content like this. But guys, this content is quite long, so I'm going to cut this content a bit shorter so that I can just place a snippet of my content in my image post. Okay, for that I'm just going to click here on this plus icon in between these two steps before switchboard step, and another action step will open up here. And here I am going to search for text formatter feature of Pabbly Connect. Search for text formatter. And here in this action events list, you will find an action event which is called truncate. So truncate shortens the given string and adds ellipses at the end of string. Okay, so select this option, truncate, then click on connect here. So guys, here it is asking which text you want to truncate. So in this text label, I am going to map this choices 0 text label. Okay, so here just click on this text field, and from this previous step map this label. Okay, and I want to cut this whole text shorter to 100 words. So here it is asking what maximum length you want, so I'm going to put 100, and I do not want to skip any characters, and yes, I want to end this string with ellipsis. So ellipsis means you can add 3 dots at the end, or you can write something. If the truncated text gives you an uncompleted sentence, it is better to end the sentences with ellipsis. So I'm just going to put here 3 dots, and I'm going to put read full article from the caption. Okay, so it will make it clear to the audience what we want to do. Okay, now click on save and send test request, and you will get the shorter version of the article that you have generated using OpenAI. And here you can see we got this 100-word string. Are you looking for ways to automate your software development? Dash dash dot 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 read full article from the caption. Now this will enter here in the image in this post title field. Just click here. Okay, so it is not showing the previous steps now because we have added one more step after this step previous in here. Okay, so this means you need to refresh this connection now with switchboard canvas. To refresh the connection, you just have to click on connected one more time, and from here keep this existing connection option selected and click on save again, and the connection will be refreshed like this. And when you click here now, it will show you the previous steps, and from this last text formatter step map this result label. Okay, now click on save and send test request button, and an image will be generated for your social media using switchboard canvas. Here you can see guys, we got the image generated. Let me open this image for you. Okay, so you can see the image, the text is, are you looking for ways to automate your software development? And a new image is created with the help of this template. Okay, so we got the post image. Now it is time to share it on social media. So just click here on this plus icon and connect any of your social media platforms. For example, I'm going to show you Facebook pages, but here you can connect with Twitter, connect with LinkedIn, connect with Instagram, or any other. Okay, so I'm just going to search for Facebook pages. Okay, and the action event would be create page post, then click on connect. From here select add new connection, then click on connect with Facebook pages, and I have already logged in Facebook, so it might bring you to the login window first. And here you can see it is asking me to continue. Yes, this is me. Okay, and you can see we are getting connected now. Okay, so we are connected, and here it is asking for the page's name. So the name of my page is this, Pabbly Tech. Okay, and I have many pages here, so it is asking to select the page. So this is my pages list. I'm going to search for Pabbly Tech from here and select it. And after that, you can see the pages are access token is filled, and this is the message field. So here you have to enter the message or the post or the article that you want to share on Facebook page. So I'm going to map the article from OpenAI step. So I'm going to map this full article here, and in this link URL I'm going to attach the image URL that we got from Switchboard Canvas application, the previous step. Okay, so this is the image URL. Now you can check your connection with your page by clicking on save and send test request button, and a new post will be created here. So this was the last post we have, a video post. Let me click on save and send test request here and see if a new post is published from my Facebook page or not. So here you can see guys, in this response a post ID got generated here. Let's check in Facebook page if we got a new post. I am refreshing my page guys. And here you can see guys, we got a new post published just now, and the caption is, are you looking for ways to automate your software development? And you can see the whole article is here, and the same image that we have generated is also here. Okay, so this is how it is going to work guys. Our automation is working fine. And last but not the least, if you want to update the generated text here in your spreadsheet, you can do that also. For that, you just have to click here on this plus icon, and from the sections tab, search for Google Sheets. Okay, and in the action event, we are going to select update cell value option. Update cell value, select it, click on connect. And from here, you can select your saved connections by selecting existing connection option. And from this connections list, you can see any of your saved connections, and then you have to click on save one more time and you will be connected again. Okay, and here it is asking for the spreadsheet's name. So the name of my spreadsheet is this, social media post. So you have to select the sheet's name from this given list, and then the sheet name will be auto populated here. You can see because I have only one sheet here in the spreadsheet named as sheet 1, and it is showing up here. And here it is asking in which range you want to update the data. So to find the range, you can see I want to update this cell. So when you select this cell in this name box, you will see C2. C2 means column C, row number 2. Okay, this is the range. So guys, here I am going to put capital C and after that I am going to map the row value from the first tab. You can see in the trigger we got this row index label here from the spreadsheet, and it is showing 2. So I am going to map this row index label here after C in this tab. Okay, from this first tab. So we are mapping the row index here because whenever the row is going to be updated, the row value here will also be updated. C2 becomes C3, then C4, then C5, then C6. So as the row is going to be added here, the row index will change and the row index label will change here as well. And right a cell will be updated every time this workflow executes. Okay, and what value you want to update here? I want to update the generated text. So the generated text you will find here from the OpenAI step. Just map this data here in this value field, then click on save and send test request, and the same content will be updated here in this cell. Let me show you. I have clicked on save and send test request, guys. This is the response we have received. Let's see in the spreadsheet. Okay, and here you can see, guys, we have received the data here. Okay, so you can just wrap this text or pin this, clip this text as well. Okay, like this. So guys, we are done setting up this automation, and you have to set up this automation only once. After that, you don't have to do anything manually in the workflow. After that, whenever you are going to add any new row here in your spreadsheet, the data will be generated out of OpenAI and Switchbot Canvas and will be shared to your Facebook page or any other social media platform automatically, and the workflow is going to work in the background. All right, and you can use this workflow as well, as I'm going to paste the link of the same workflow in the description, and you can clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, welcome to our video on how to write blogs for your e-commerce store and drive sales. So guys, first of all, let me tell you why blogging is important for e-commerce stores. Guys, blogging drives traffic to your e-commerce website, and it also establishes your brand as an authority in the industry, and it educates your potential customers about the products that you're selling, and it gives answers to your customers of many questions that they have in their minds. Now let me tell you how OpenAI is going to help you in this. So guys, OpenAI is an artificial intelligence based language processing tool by which you can create and generate high quality content effectively and quickly. And I'm going to make this process even more easy by integrating OpenAI inside the automation workflow, which is going to generate the blogs and publish the blogs for you automatically. And it will allow you to focus on other important aspects of your business and save your time. So let me show you the process. To set up the automation workflow, guys, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an automation tool, and this is the landing page of Pabbly, and I have pasted the same link in the description. So from here, you can sign up right now and you will get free automation tasks every month to test and set up your automations. Okay, so from the given link, sign up right now. After that, you have to sign in and you will reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, and from here you have to click on this create workflow button to create any workflow. And when you create a workflow, you will find these two modules first, the trigger and the action. Okay, so our automations are based on triggers and actions. So trigger is that event which starts the workflow, and the actions are the responses or the consequence of the trigger. Okay, so here guys, you can see in our use case, to write blogs and publish blogs using OpenAI automatically on your e-commerce store, I have connected Google Sheets application in the trigger. Okay, so in Google Sheets, I am adding the details about the blog. What kind of details? Like this. You can see I am just adding the topic of the blog, the words range, okay, the number of words we want to generate, and the status. Okay, so here these are the two important things. The column A, where is the topic, and the column B. Okay, and then I have connected this spreadsheet here in the workflow. You can see I have connected Google Sheets. I have choose Google Sheets as the application. Then I've selected the trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. And with the help of this webhook URL, I have made this connection by following these steps written here. So you can follow the steps written here and create the connection. And after creating the connection, you need to bring some test data from your spreadsheet to here in this response section. Okay, so guys, I'm going to paste the link of a video in the description from which you can learn how exactly you can create this connection. Okay, after that you can capture the test data from the spreadsheet and you will see the data here like this. So you can see it started showing the topic and the word range, okay, and the spreadsheet's name and all other things. After capturing the data, I have opened an action step here. And in this action step, I have connected with OpenAI application to generate the content using this data that we have received here from the spreadsheet. Okay, so I have selected the action event as generate content. Then I have made this connection using the API key of OpenAI application. Okay, so you will find the OpenAI's API key inside the key pages of OpenAI application. So let me show you that also. This is my OpenAI application, and here when you click on profile icon, you can find this view API keys option, and here you can generate a key by clicking on this button, and you can use this key to make this connection here. Okay, then you have to select the model of artificial intelligence. So OpenAI has many models, and this is the mostly used models that we are selecting here. Okay, then you have to provide a prompt to OpenAI. So guys, prompt is a kind of command that you have to provide to OpenAI to make it work for you. Okay, so here you can see I have written this command: write a blog for an e-commerce store to drive sales, and I have provided the blog topic. And here you can see I have mapped the topic from the previous step. Okay, so our automations works on data mapping as well. To forward the data from one application to another, we use mapping technique. Okay, so let me show you. For example, here I want to provide a topic to this prompt. Okay, and I have received the topic from my spreadsheet, and I have received this topics label here. So to provide the topic here, I'm going to map the label here. For that, I just have to click here in front of this colon like this, and the previous step will appear here in the drop down. And when I'm going to click on it, you will find the data here only, and from here you can click on any label to map the label here. And why we map the label here? Because in real time when this workflow is going to run, that means after setting up this automation, whenever you are going to add any new topic here, the workflow is going to trigger, and this label is going to be updated, and new blocks will be generated for the new topics automatically. Okay, right? Then we have provided the maximum number of tokens or the words that we want to generate using OpenAI. Okay, so I have provided 400. The default value is this. Then we have selected the sampling technique. So OpenAI uses sampling technology to generate content. So I'm using the default sampling technique, that is temperature sampling. Okay, and here you have to provide a sampling value between 0 to 1. Default value is 0.7, so I have placed here 0.8. Okay, so we have these fields also, but these are not compulsory fields, so I have left these fields blank. You can use it if you have more knowledge of OpenAI. Okay, and then I have selected best of 3 option, so it will resample the content 3 times and give me the best results. And after that, I have clicked on save and send test request button to make the OpenAI run for me and create a test result for me here in this response section. So it has generated a test blog for me, and you can find the blog in this choices 0 text label. Here is the blog that it has generated. You can read. Okay, this is the blog generated out of OpenAI. Okay, right. And after getting the blog generated, I want to publish it on my e-commerce store. So here I have connected with Shopify inside the action step. If you have any other e-commerce store, you can connect it here like BigCommerce. Okay, and the action event we have used is this create blog entry. So this is the action event we have for Shopify. And here you have to select the blogs category. So we have 2 categories, news and fashion and lifestyle. So I have selected fashion and lifestyle, and here it is asking for the topic. So I have mapped the topic from Google Sheets like this. Okay, let me show you one more time like this. Okay, then then you have to enter the author's name here. You can fill your name, and in the content I have mapped the content generated from OpenAI. Let me show you. Here, when you click, the previous steps will appear in the drop down, and from the second step, map this choices 0 text label. Okay, and it will be mapped here. All right, and if you have any image, you can map it here. Right now, I'm not featuring any image, so I'm leaving these things. The excerpt thing also, I'm leaving the blank. Right now, I do not want to provide any text, so I'm leaving this blank also. If you want to directly publish it, you can make it true, and it will be published on your e-commerce store. Let me show you how. I'm clicking on save and send test request button here. And this is the response we have received. Let me show you on my e-commerce store. This is my e-commerce store, guys, and let me see the blog posts here. So I am under manage blog section, and here you can see the fashion and lifestyle category. I am going to click on view blog, and here you can see the blog is here, how to create and schedule bulk posts in WordPress. You can see this is the same topic I have added here in the Google Sheet, and the same topics blog is created here. And let me open the blog for you, and here you can read this is the same content generated from OpenAI application. You can see, okay, this is the same content, right? So this is how it is going to work, guys, and we are done setting up this automation, and you have to set up it only once. After that, you don't have to do anything manually. After that, whenever you are going to add any new row topic here, the workflow will start working and generate the content and publish the content automatically like this. And guys, if you want to know how to make these connections, I'm going to paste some videos in the description. You can learn from that. And for creating the connection with Shopify, when you connect it, when you click on connect here, and from here select add new connection if you're making the connection for the first time, and here it will ask for the API access token and the subdomain name of your Shopify store. And to find these things, you can click on this video word. I have attached a video here. Okay, so when you click on this video word written in blue, you will reach our YouTube channel, and here we have a dedicated video on making the connection with Shopify, so you can learn from this video and create your connection. All right, and guys, the best part is you can use this same workflow as well, as I'm going to paste the link of this same workflow in the description, and you can clone the same workflow in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly.
So in this video, we will learn how to write an essay quickly using OpenAI. So in this video, we are going to set up an automation for students or all of those people who are working in the content creation sector. So using this automation, you can automatically generate some content, some articles, some essays using OpenAI. So in this automation, we have selected Google Sheet as a trigger application. So in our Google Sheet, we are adding a new row of data like the title or the prompt or what kind of content you want to generate. Then after that, after adding those details into the Google Sheet, automatically using OpenAI in this automation, we will be generating some content. We will be generating or creating the essay. And after that, after generating that content, we are going to add that same content as a new document in our Google Docs account. And at last, not only this, we are going to update the link of that Google Doc into the same Google Sheet in front of that title or that topic. Now guys, how you can set up this automation and how you can automatically generate the essays quickly using OpenAI. To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Sheets to OpenAI to Google Docs. And then just click on Create. Now we can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. So the idea here is in our Google Sheet, we are adding the content, the topic on which we want to write the essay. So here I have created a Google Sheet where I have created 4 different columns. In the first column, I am adding the title, that on what topic I want the essay to be. Then here in the second column, it is written prompt. So prompts are basically some kind of instruction which we will be giving to OpenAI. On the basis of that prompt, OpenAI will give us the response. So here I have written a prompt as write an essay on automation and integration for 8th class students. So this is the prompt, the instruction which we are going to give to OpenAI. And according to this, it is going to write the essay for us. Then I have added a column of date, and then here you have a column of document length. So guys, the automation will be first, we will get these details, all the data of a new row of a new topic from Google Sheet inside Pabbly Connect. So we are going to connect our Pabbly Connect account with Google Sheet and get this data. Whenever in a new row, we add the title, prompt and date. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we will send these details to OpenAI. And using OpenAI, we are going to generate the essay. OpenAI is going to write an essay for us for the same prompt which we are entering in our Google Sheet. Then after writing that essay in our Google Docs account, we are going to generate a new document, a new doc for the same essay which OpenAI has written. So from OpenAI, we will get the essay, we will get the content, and that content we are going to add in a Google Doc. And at last, we are going to update the link of that same Google Doc in our Google Sheet over here. So let's see guys how it is done. Now beginning with our step 1, first we have to connect this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. So to make this connection, here in trigger window in choose app, search for Google Sheets. Just select it. And then in trigger event from the drop down, select new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. And how you can do that? You just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here, and after copying it, go to your Google Sheet which you have created. After reaching to your sheet, just go to Extensions, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. And after reaching to this Get Add-ons page, here you can see that we have reached to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, search for Pabbly Connect Webhook. Here it is. And as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on is already installed in my Google Sheet. You just have to install this same add-on into your own Google Sheets account, and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. And after refreshing it, once again we will go to Extensions, and this time you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on can be seen over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. After clicking on Initial Setup, this box appears in front of us. And here guys, in this box, it is basically asking us 3 different things. First one is the selected sheet. And here guys, by default, it has selected sheet 1. So guys, it is most likely possible that in your Google Sheet, you may have created multiple sheets over here. So from which sheet you want to send the data to Pabbly Connect, you have to select that sheet over here. So I have selected sheet 1 because sheet 1 is the only sheet which I have right now created in this Google spreadsheet. Then it is asking us for the webhook URL. Now here guys, in this webhook URL section, we have to paste the same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. And at last, it is asking us trigger column. Now here you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet. For example, here in the background, you can see that we have 4 columns, data in 4 columns, but column C is going to be my trigger column because it is the last data entry column in which I am going to manually enter some data. After column C, in column D, after completing this automation, we are going to update the link of the document. But column C is going to be the last data entry column in which we are going to enter some data. So we will be selecting column C as the trigger column. But instead of column C, if you have added more than these columns in your Google Sheet or less, you can basically select any column as your trigger column. You just have to ensure that it is the last data entry column of your Google Sheet. And after entering our trigger column, just click on Send Test button. After clicking on Send Test, here it is showing us test data sent successfully. This means the data of the first row after the headers. That means the data of the row number 2 is been sent to Pabbly Connect till our trigger column. Means automation and integration as title. Write an essay on automation and integration for 8th class student is the prompt, and this date. This data is sent to Pabbly Connect. So let's check it. We will go to Pabbly Connect workflow. And yes guys, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the same data over here. We have the same title. Also, you can see the same prompt which we have entered in our Google Sheet can be seen over here. The same date, and also we have the row number of the row, that from which row we have received the data, that is row 2. Now this means the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. Now just click on this submit button over here, and then it is showing us setup configured successfully. After doing this guys, once again we have to go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and this time we have to select this send on event option. By selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever a new data is added in a new row in our Google Sheet till our trigger column. So whenever we will be adding a new title, a new prompt and a new data will be added in a row till our trigger column, immediately, instantly that data will be sent to Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will be triggered. So guys, here we have successfully completed the step 1 of setting up this automation. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, using this prompt, we have to generate some content from OpenAI. We have to generate an essay for this prompt using OpenAI. And to do so, we just have to scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose App, search for OpenAI. Just select it. And then in action event from the drop-down, select the action event as generate content. Click on connect and select add new connection. So here guys, we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our OpenAI account. Now here you must be thinking how you can get this API key. So to get it, just go to your OpenAI account, log into your OpenAI account. On the right side, click on this profile option and then click on this View API Key button. After clicking on View API Key, here you can see a list of all the API keys which you have created in OpenAI. And by clicking on this Create New Secret Key button, here you have just now generated a new API key. Just copy this newly generated API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And then just click on Save. And as we click on Save, we can see that our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is select AI model. And in the drop-down below, here you can see a list of all the AI models, all the AI engines which OpenAI offers. Out of this, we are going to use this Text DaVinci 003, the most used, the most common model over here. So we have selected the AI model using which we want to generate the content, we want to write the essay. Then after this, it is asking us for the prompt. Now here in prompt guys, basically we have to enter the instruction that what we want OpenAI to do for us. So we have entered the prompt in our Google Sheet and we have received this Google Sheet data, this Google Sheet response over here in Pabbly Connect. So from this trigger response of Pabbly Connect of Google Sheet, we have to basically map this response of prompt over here in this field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below, here you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from OpenAI. So after guys, from all of these responses, just select this response of prompt and it will be mapped over here. So whatever text, whatever prompt we are going to enter in this column B while adding a new row, with the same prompt, with the same instruction, OpenAI is going to generate some content for us. Then after prompt, it is asking us max token. And the help text below it says, enter the maximum number of tokens to generate the content. Max limit is up to 2048 token. Default value is 256. So here guys, we have to enter that how many tokens at max OpenAI can use to generate the content or write an essay for this particular prompt. So here the maximum amount which we can enter is 2048 tokens, but the default value is 256. So here you can enter as many tokens as you want. For example, one token can generate up to 4 characters approximately in English language. So according to your requirement, you can enter the number of tokens over here as well. So here I'm just keeping it blank. I will be using the default value of 256 tokens over here. Then after this, it is asking us select sampling type. And here in the drop down below, you can see there are two different types of sampling. First one is the temperature sampling and second one is the nucleus sampling. So what are these? To know it, let's go to our OpenAI account. We'll just go to OpenAI and Playground. So here guys, after reaching on the Playground, on the right side here you can see all the options, like you have 3 different modes of complete, the second mode is insert and the third one is the beta. Then here you can see the model of AI engines which we have selected. We have selected Text DaVinci 003 as the model. Then it is asking us temperature. So basically the temperature actually controls the randomness of the content. Lowering results is less random completions. as the temperature approaches zero, the model will become deterministic and repetitive. So to generate repetitive content, you just have to make this temperature as low as possible, close to zero. And to generate some kind of a little unique content, you have to increase this temperature value. Then here you have maximum length, that how many maximum tokens this OpenAI can consume to generate one single result. Then you have an option to stop sequence. Then here it is asking us stop P, basically the nucleus sampling. So it actually controls the diversity of the content which we are actually creating. Then it is asking us frequency penalty. So here in frequency penalty, using this guys, how much to penalize new token based on their existing frequency in the text so far. Decrease the model's likelihood to repeat the same lines over here. So here guys, if you decrease this value, it will most likely repeat the same lines over here in the content generated. Then here you have the presence penalty, that how much token you want to use or how much token you want to consume in order to talk about the new topic. And at last you have the best of. So if you change the best of to, for example, 5, then for a single content creation guys, basically OpenAI will consume 5 times more token than you have selected as maximum length over here. So here guys, basically what OpenAI will do, it will generate 5 different results for the same prompt which we have given, and out of all of these 5, whatever best of number you select over here, out of all of them, it will basically consume or it will basically select the best content which it has generated, and that give us that in response. So here guys, if you want to get the best of the best content from it, you can just increase this value, but it will also multiply the consumption of token of your OpenAI account. So guys, in this way, you can actually calibrate that what kind of content you want to generate using OpenAI. So here in sampling type, I'm selecting just temperature sampling, and here in sampling value, presence penalty, frequency penalty, and stop sequence, we are just using the default values. So the sampling value of temperature sampling is basically 0.7, it is a default value, so we are selecting it. The presence penalty default value is 0, it basically varies from -2 to 2. So here guys, we are selecting 0 as the default value, and the value of frequency penalty is also 0. It also varies from -2 to between 2. So we are selecting default values over here. Also, we are not adding any kind of stop sequence, so we can just ignore it for now. And also, we are just selecting best of one. We just want to generate one content. We don't want to get the best of multiple contents right now. If you want, you can change this best of over here as well. And after selecting or entering all of your required details over here, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response, you can see a response named as Choice 0 Text. And here guys, in this response, you will see a complete essay on the same prompt, on the same instruction which we have given to OpenAI. So here we have given the instruction, the prompt to OpenAI to write an essay on automation and integration for 8th class student. And for that, it has automatically generated the content over here, as you can see in the response. Automation and integration are two processes that are becoming increasingly important in the modern world. And here you can see the complete essay over here. So in this way, you can generate content or essay using OpenAI. Now, after generating it, here we can see that the step 2 of setting up this automation is also completed. Now let's move to step 3. And in step 3, we want to add this same content as a new document in our Google Docs account. For that, just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button, and here in Choose App, search for Google Docs. Select Google Docs. And after that, here in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Create a Blank Document. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Google Docs account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Sign in with Google button, and then here just select your Google Docs account, scroll down and click on Continue. And as we click on Continue, here you can see that our Google Docs account gets connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the only thing it asks us is the name of the document. That what is the name of the document we want, which we are generating, which we are creating. So we have added the title of the essay in our Google Sheet, and we have received that response in Pabbly Connect in our trigger window. And I want this title of the essay to be the name of the document in which we are going to save our essay. We are going to save the content which we have generated from OpenAI of an essay. So here we are going to map the same response of title over here in this field of document name. Just click here, and from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, select the response of title and it will be mapped over here. After mapping this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, a new document by this name Automation and Integration is generated in our Google Docs account. So here guys, we will just go to our Google Docs account and check that whether a new document with the name Automation and Integration is created there or not. So we'll just go to Google Docs. And yes guys, here you can see that a new document is generated over here with the same name. It is a blank document right now. We haven't added any kind of text, any kind of content over here, but this new document is automatically created. So here guys, the next step is also done. Now what we have to do, we have to add this essay, we have to add this content generated by OpenAI to this same document, same newly generated document over here. So here guys, after creating this document in response, when you will scroll down, we will find that at last we have received a response named as document ID. So using this document ID in the next step, we will be adding the content generated by OpenAI in this same document, in the same Google Doc. Now to do this, just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button. And then here in Choose App, search for Google Docs once again. Select Google Docs. And then in action event from the drop down, this time we have to select the action event as append a paragraph to a document. Just select this, click on connect. And because we have connected our Google Docs account in the previous step, we don't have to make a new connection. You can just select the existing connection and click on save. After clicking on save, it is asking us the document, that in which document we want to append this paragraph. So here in the drop down below, you will see a list of all the documents which we have created in Google Docs. So here guys, what we have to do, from the drop down, we don't have to select this document. We just have to turn the mapping button in front of it on, and we have to clear this default value. After clearing this default value, as I told you, after creating this new document, here in response, we have received a response of document ID. And we have to map this response of the same newly generated document ID over here in this document field. Just click here, and from the drop down from Google Doc Responses, select the response of document ID. Just select it and it will be mapped over here. Then it is asking us inserted text, that what is the text we want to append in this document, what is the text we want to add in this document. So we want to add the text, add the content generated by OpenAI. So we are going to map this response of text generated by OpenAI over here. Just click here, and from the drop down from OpenAI Responses, map this response over here. After mapping it, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here we have received a response, and it is a positive response once again. This means this doc text is added in this particular document, the same document which we have just now generated in the previous step. So let's check it. We will go to Google Docs, and yes guys, here you can see that the same text is now added in our Google Doc over here with the same Google Doc which we have just now generated with the title which we have entered in our Google Sheet. So guys, till now using this automation, what we have done, we have just added a new row of title and prompt in our Google Sheet. Then after adding it, automatically using OpenAI, we are going to write an essay. We are going to generate some content according to this prompt which we have added in our Google Sheet. Then after generating the content, we have created a new blank document in our Google Docs account. And in the next step, in the same newly generated document, this means for every new topic, every new row of data we add in our Google Sheet, we are going to generate a new document in Google Docs. And then in the same document, we have updated the content, the essay which OpenAI has written for us. Now guys, what we have to do, we just have to update the link of this document in which we have added the content in our Google Sheet over here in this document link section. But guys, here you will notice one thing in this document, that the share permission of this document is private to only me. First, what we have to do, we have to change the share permission of this document. And how you can do that using automation, you just have to get back to our workflow, click on this Add Action Step button over here, and then here in Choose App, you have to search for Google Drive. Select Google Drive. So here guys, as we all know that all the Google Doc files are stored in our Google Drive. That is why we have selected the application as Google Drive. And here in action event from the drop down, we have to select the action event as share a file with anyone. Click on connect, select add new connection, connect your Google Drive account. The same Google Doc account which we have connected, we have to use the same account to connect our Google Drive with Pabbly Connect as well. And then just click on continue. And then our Google Drive account will also get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the only thing it asks us is the file ID, that of which files share permission we want to change. So here guys, once again, we will turn this mapping button on. We will just clear this field. And from Google Doc responses, we will map this response of document ID, that this is the document, this is the file whose share permission we want to change. And after changing it, after mapping this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response says that the new file which we have just now generated and in which we have added the content, the essay written by OpenAI, the share permission of this file is now changed to share anyone with the link. So let's check it. We will go to the same doc. And yes guys, here you can see that just now a few seconds ago, the share permission of this file was private to only me. But now it has changed to anyone with the link. So this means that this step is also successfully done. Also, in this response of Google Drive, what you can see the PDF link of this same document which we have generated. Just copy this link from here, go to a new tab and paste it over here. And then here you can see that the PDF file of the same document is now downloaded in our system. Let's open this file. And yes, here you can see the same document over here. Also guys, in this same response, you will get the web view link of the same document. By copying this link and pasting it in a new tab, we will see the same Google Doc document will be opened in front of us. So what we want to do, we want to update this web view link of this newly generated document with content in our Google Sheet over here. So for that, for one last time, just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button, and then here in Choose App, search for Google Sheets. Select Google Sheets. And then in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Update Cell Value, because we just want to update some content, some data in this particular cell. Click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to once again connect our Google Sheets account. And to make this connection this time, click on this Sign In with Google button, select your Google Sheets account, the same sheet account which we have connected in Trigger window. Just scroll down and click on Continue. And after clicking on Continue, here you can see that our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, it is asking us spreadsheet, that in which spreadsheet we want to update this data. We want to update this link or update the cell value. So we have the spreadsheet named as Essay Topics. So in this same spreadsheet, we want to update the data. So from the drop down, select Essay Topic as the spreadsheet. Then it is asking us to select the sheet. So from the drop down, we have to select this same sheet. And then it is asking us for the range, that what is the range of the cell in which we want to update the value. So here you can see that the range of this cell is D2. But guys, here every time we are going to enter a new row, the row number in this range will be keep on changing. Like this time here it is D2, then it will be D3, D4, D5. This means column D is going to be a constant. So we will just manually enter the column D. But guys, in trigger response from Google Sheet, here you will notice that we have also received the row number in the response, the row index. And from here, from the trigger response of Google Sheet, just map the row index over here. So in this way, we are going to create the range. So the column D is going to be the constant, but for whatever row we are getting this data, we are writing the essay or generating the document. In the same row in column D, we will be updating the link of the document. And here guys, in value at last, what we have to do, we wanted to update the web view link of the document. So from the drop down from Google Drive responses, map the response of web view link over here, and then just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that this value has been updated in this particular cell of this sheet. So let's check it. We'll go to a Google Sheet. And yes guys, here you can see that the same link, the same URL is now added over here. When we'll click on this link, you can see the same document is open in front of us. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, you can automatically generate essays using OpenAI. So guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once in real time as well. So we will go to our Google Sheet, and this time we are going to enter a new title over here. For example, I'll enter a title as Pabbly Connect. And then I'll write a prompt as write an essay on Pabbly Connect Automation. Then let me add a date, for example, tomorrow's date, that is 12th of January. And it is done. So just now in a Google Sheet, in a new row, we have added a title, a prompt, and a date. And we will see within few seconds, automatically using this prompt, a new content will be generated in OpenAI, and then we will be adding that content into a document in our Google Doc account. And the link of that Google Doc is updated in the same row. And yes, here you can see the link. When we will click on this link, you will see that the name of the document is the same name as title, which we have entered in our Google Sheet. And here you can see an essay written according to the same prompt which we have given over here in the Google Sheet in the same doc. And the doc link is also automatically updated in our Google Sheet. Now this means guys, the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. And we have tested this automation in real time. So guys, not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can actually clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
In this video, I'll show you how to write articles in bulk automatically. So this is the spreadsheet with the name Daily Blog Writing Sheet. And here I have added a list of few articles, and you will see that how the articles will be updated automatically into this specific folder, and not even that, the link for the same articles will be even updated automatically into this particular column. I just have to enable this particular setting, that is send all event, and you will see the magic that how the blogs will be start generating automatically and will be automatically added into this specific folder. Well, the blogs are already started generating, and if I'll come back to my spreadsheet, you will see the magic once again. The links for the same are also updated automatically. So you must be thinking that how did I manage to do that? Well, I was able to generate the articles with the help of OpenAI application, which is an amazing AI research and deployment company using which one can perform various kind of artificial intelligence task, or you can say the content generation task. And then I have connected my spreadsheet with OpenAI and Google Docs application, or you can say Google Drive application, with the help of an automation software. This is how I was able to create this automation, or I was able to generate the article. So this is the software Pabbly Connect, via which I have connected these application and created the automation. It is an amazing integration and automation software, and you can also reach here by typing pabbly.com/connect. I will also attach this link into my description box. And if you are a new user of Pabbly Connect, of course you'll have to sign up for free, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test these kinds of amazing automation. I'm already an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so that is why I'm going to sign in. After signing into the Pabbly Connect dashboard, you'll have to choose this Pabbly Connect, and this is how you will reach out to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. And here, the very first thing is you'll have to click on this blue button, Create Workflow, and simply provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. So let's say I'm providing the name as How to Write Articles in Bulk. Okay, and here I am going to connect to OpenAI. Basically, I'm going to connect to my Google Sheets, OpenAI, and finally the Google Drive application. So how about I also mention the name of these application, and now finally I will click on create, and you will see two boxes in front of you. Those are actually trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. When this happens, do this. Understand with an example. Whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, let's say, automatically send an email via Gmail application. Well, here according to our use case, whenever the titles are updated into Google Sheets application, automatically generate the articles in bulk via OpenAI application, and then further save those articles in Google Drive application. So this is how we need to always select the applications in in which we are setting up an automation. And here, since I'm going to add a list of my articles in Google spreadsheet first, so that is why the first application or the trigger application here will be the Google Sheet, and I want as soon as a new or updated spreadsheet row, basically whenever the row is updated or whenever the data is added into new row, this automation should start trigger. So that is why I'll go with this particular action event. Now here you can see a webhook URL and few set of instructions. So the idea here is we are going to connect our spreadsheet with the help of this webhook URL with the Pabbly Connect. How? You'll have to follow these instructions. So firstly, copy this webhook URL, go back to your spreadsheet, and here firstly I'm going to delete this existing data because we are going to create this automation from the scratch. Okay, and you'll have to go to this extension, click on add-ons, click on get add-ons, and here I'm going to search for the Pabbly Connect webhooks add-on. Alright, so here I'm searching for the same, and here you can see it is already installed in my account. But whenever you are going to create the automation in Google Sheet, firstly you will have to enable this particular add-on of Pabbly Connect. Now after closing this particular add-on or after installing this particular add-on, you'll again have to go to the extension tab and you will finally find your add-on here. This is the Pabbly Connect webhooks add-on. Click on initial setup, and here exactly we are going to paste the same webhook URL which we have received via Pabbly Connect. Alright, so I'm going to delete the existing one and pasting the same, and since I want that as soon as I'm going to add the data, this automation should trigger, or basically on clicking off that particular button this automation should trigger. So that is why the trigger column will be the A column. Okay, the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. Now I will be clicking on the send test button at the first time, and you will see that the test data will send successfully. Now click on submit, and the configured, basically the setup configured successfully. Click on close, and when you will come back to Pabbly Connect, you will see that the data of your spreadsheet will be captured as a response in Pabbly Connect. Let us check the details one by one. So here we have the trigger column as the spreadsheet name as daily blog writing sheet. Here we have the sheet ID, the row index, and finally the blog title, basically the first blog title. Now the presence of this data clearly shows that the first step of our automation, which was connecting spreadsheet with the Pabbly Connect and capturing the data here, is successful. Now we are going to send the same data to OpenAI application. Basically I am going to generate the article on the very same topic, on the very same title via OpenAI application. So that is why in the second application I'm going to search for the OpenAI, and since I want to generate the content, so I'll go with this particular action event. Now click on connect, and here I'm going to connect OpenAI with the Pabbly Connect first. But before I made any connection, firstly I'm going to take you to the OpenAI dashboard. So in order to reach out to the OpenAI application, you will have to type openai.com in the browser, and once you will reach out to the website, you will have to click on this API section, and firstly you will have to create your account from the sign up button. I'm already an existing user of OpenAI, so that is why I'm going to log in here. When you will log into the OpenAI application, you will find an option of playground. Here you will have to select this playground section, and as the name suggests, we are actually going to play with the content only. Okay, so you just need to provide a title here and you will see the magic. So let's say I'm providing something like write a story on dog, and as soon as I am going to click on the submit button, you will see the magic that the story will be generated automatically. It will start writing the story based on these instructions, basically based on these settings. And if I will read few lines of this particular story, once upon a time there lived a small black and white dog named Max. He was a very happy and friendly pup who loved to play and explore. So can you see that how an interesting story has been generated automatically? Now let me delete this particular section and I'll show you one more example of writing an article. So write an article on, let's say, beauty tips. Okay, I am going to provide this particular keyword to this, and when I'll click on submit, you will see again that how it has started generating the articles once again. It has started generating the content once again, and not just the article and the content, you can even generate the replies of your comment, maybe the replies for your Google My Business, maybe the replies of the YouTube comment. You can perform various kind of content generation tasks using OpenAI application. You can even generate the images. All right, so this is how you can make use of openai.com for generating the content. And if we will connect this application with the Pabbly Connect with other applications, we can completely automate our blog generating task. Okay, so coming back here, and here I'll show you the settings one by one very quickly. So firstly, it is asking for the model. Well, I always select this text the Vinci 003 model because it is the most capable model in the GPT-3 series. Now moving to the next setting, which is asking for to select this temperature. Well, it controls the randomness of the content, lowering the results in less randomness completion. As the temperature approaches to 0, the model will become more deterministic and repetitive. So as per the instructions, you'll have to provide some value so that you can generate a unique content. Coming back to the maximum length, okay, it is the maximum number of tokens to generate. Okay, request can use up to 2048 to 4000 content shared between the prompt and the completion. The exact limit varies by model. Okay, so one token is roughly 4 characters for a normal English text. So let's say you want to generate an article of 1000 words, assume that. So I'm going to provide 1000 via 4 characters because 4 characters is equal to 1 token. Okay, so 1000 divided by 4 is equals to 250. So for generating the content of 1000 articles, you'll have to provide 256 here. Now moving further, it is asking to select the stop sequence, up to 4 sequences where the API will stop generating the further tokens. Okay, the returned text will not contain the stop sequence. So basically you'll have to provide you will have to enter a stop sequence. So let's say I provide these 4 characters as my stop sequence, and how it is going to work. Well, assume that you are providing an instruction that write a reply for the YouTube video comment. Okay, and my comment is nice video. And if I want my automation, if I want a system that my content has stopped here only, I can use this stop sequence at this particular place. Okay, so write a reply for the YouTube. I'll have to correct the spelling for that. Okay, YouTube. Alright, write a reply for the YouTube video comment again and nice video, and if I'll click on submit, you will see that it will generate the reply for that. Thanks, I'm glad you liked it. So it has worked as a stop sequence. Moving further, it is asking to select the top P. It controls the diversity via nucleus sampling. 0.5 means half of all likelihood weighted options are considered. Well, you can control the diversity of your content, and you can even read more about the nucleus sampling on the internet. Now it is asking for the frequency penalty, how much to penalize new tokens based on their existing frequency in the text so far, and it decreases the model's likelihood to repeat the same line verbatim. So again, if you want a more unique content, you will have to set a value for this frequency penalty. The presence penalty, how much to penalize new tokens based on whether they appear in the text so far, increases the model's likelihood to talk about the new topics. So again, for the fresh content, for the new topics, you'll have to again provide a value. Best of, well, this is something generates the multiple completion server side and displays only the best. Streaming only works when set to 1. Since it acts as a multiplier on the number of completions, this parameters can eat into your token quota very quickly. Use caution. Okay, so here you can define that what number of copies you'll have to generate for a single content, and among those copies you can actually select the best copy, the best content, the best article. So this is how you can read the instructions and do the settings. Now I will come back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to connect my OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. For that, you'll have to click on this add new connection, and for the connection it is asking for the token. Okay, so OpenAI uses uses the API keys for authentication. Kindly visit your OpenAI API keys page. Okay, so I'm going to click on the same hyperlink and it will directly take me to that page where the API key is actually available. And here, by clicking on this particular button, you can create a new secret key and then you can save that key for the future use. But I will go with the existing connections because I have already made the connection with OpenAI, so I'll use the existing connection only. Clicking on save and you will see how the API OpenAI account will be connected with Pabbly Connect. Now I just need to make these few test settings and you will see that how the article will be generated automatically. So firstly, it is asking for the select AI model. Well, as I have just told you that I always go with the text the Vinci 003 model, which is the most capable model into the GPT-3 series. All right, it is the same setting. And now I am going to provide the prompt. Now, what is this prompt? Please make sure you are entering the prompt properly and you can check the supported prompts format here. So I'll go back to the playground section of OpenAI and here whatever the instruction I'm going to provide here. Okay, so let's say I'm providing the instruction as write a story on dog, and then if I'll click on this view code, you will see that whatever the instruction I have provided are considered as the prompt. Okay, whatever the instructions I'm providing in this particular text box. So here also I'm going to provide an instruction, and since here I want to generate the article, so I'll go with the same prompt, same instruction as write an article on, and on which particular title I would like to generate the article. Well, I would like to generate the article on the topic which I have received via Google Sheets, and I don't need to manually copy and paste the data here. Okay, I'm going to map it, and mapping is very simple. You just need to click on that particular field and this is how you can map the title directly, and whatever the details you are going to map here will be replaced automatically, and whatever the details you are going to add manually will remain same. So here in this particular case, I want whenever the new article topic is provided into this spreadsheet, it should automatically be captured here, replaced here automatically in real time, and this is how I want this automation to work. So that is why mapping plays a major role in executing this automation, and this is the power of mapping, power of automation. Now it is asking to select the maximum tokens, the sampling type, the sampling value, presence penalty, frequency penalty. Well, these are all the same settings which I have just told you into the OpenAI dashboard. So I am going to leave all these fields blank, and you will see that it will automatically capture the default value. So that is why I am leaving all these fields blank. Now I will be clicking on this button in front of you and you will see that how the article will be generated automatically on the very same title which I have just mapped in front of you. Alright, it is taking time. I'll have to wait for the response to be generated. Well, the response is received, and if I'll check this choices 0 text, you will see that the article has generated automatically. Let us read few lines that search engine optimization is the practice of optimizing the websites or web pages to increase their visibility in search engine results pages. Okay, SEO helps to ensure that a site is accessible to a search engine and improves the chances that the site will be found by the search engine. Okay, so the nice article has generated automatically. Now I would like to save the same content, the same article into my Google Drive folder. Basically, I would like to draft this particular article, and then I want the link of the same Google Docs document should be added automatically here. For that, I have deleted all the previous documents, previous article which was generated automatically, so that I can show you everything from the scratch. Okay, so coming back to Pabbly Connect, and as the next application, you'll have to firstly click on this plus icon, and as the next application I am going to search for the Google Drive, because I want to add the files into my Google Drive folder. And an action event, well, I want that it should create a file in a specific folder. Why in a specific folder? Because I have already created a specific folder with the name all blogs. Okay, so coming back again, clicking on connect, and this time I'm going to connect to my Google Drive account with Pabbly Connect. Well, you can directly sign in with the Google for your Google Drive account, but I am already connected, so I'll go with the existing connection, clicking on save, and you will see it it will be connected. Now simply it is asking for the folder name. So I have the folder name as the all blogs, and I just want all the document, all the articles should be added into this specific folder. So that is why from this drop down I am going to select the same, asking for the file name and the file type. Well, file type will be the same, that is the document only, and file name, again I want this file name should be added automatically. So instead of providing anything manually, I will map it, and the mapping is again very simple, and I would like to rename my document with the same blog title name only. So I have mapped the blog title only. Clicking on this button, save and send test request, and you will see the document will be generated automatically, and right now it is actually the blank document, and here I am going to embed my content which I have generated via Pabbly Connect, basically via OpenAI application. Here you can see in the response also it is showing that the file has been created. Now clicking on this plus icon once again, and right now I am going to embed that particular content which I have generated with the help of OpenAI application. Okay, so here you will have to search for the Google Drive once again, and here in the action event, well, I will go with this update content in a file, this particular action event. Clicking on connect, again I am going with the existing connection only, and you will see my Google Drive will be connected. Now you will have to choose a file. Okay, so I'll have to add the content in which particular file. So instead of selecting this value from the drop down, I am going to map this, because this particular value cannot remain same, it will vary every time. Okay, so that is why here mapping is important. So I have enabled the mapping button, and I am removing this existing ID, and here exactly I am going to map the ID of the document which I have just created. Here you can clearly see the document ID, and since I have mapped this document ID, you will see it will be replaced automatically. Finally, the file content which I am going to map from my OpenAI application step. Alright, so where is the content? The content is inside this choices 0 text which I have again mapped. Clicking on this button, going back to Google Drive, and here is my article, here is my blank document which is not left blank right now because the content has been added automatically with the help of this particular step. Basically, because we have added this particular step, the content has been added. Now finally, I would like to pick this particular link, the whole link, and I would like to save the very same link in front of this particular title. So how I am going to do that? Well, it is again very interesting. You will have to click on this plus icon once again, and this time firstly I am going to share, I'm going to change the permission of this particular document firstly, and then after changing the permission, I'll be able to add it somewhere, I'll be able to share it with the people. Okay, and in action we went, well, you will have to search for the share a file with anyone, but before I connect it, firstly I'll show you the permission. Okay, so currently it is private to only me. Okay, coming back, click on connect, go with the existing connection, click on save, connect your Google Drive once again with Pabbly Connect, and instead of again selecting it from the drop down, I am going to map this particular value, for which I have enabled my mapping button, removing this existing ID and going to map again the ID from this Google Drive step, and here we have the document ID. Finally, after clicking on this button, you will see the magic once again, that how the permission will be immediately changed of this particular document. Alright, I am going to hover it once again, and yes, anyone with the link, anyone who has the link can access, no sign in is required. Okay, so this is how you can also change the permission of your files, of your documents. Now finally, the last step of our automation is adding the link into this particular sheet, into this particular column. Okay, for that you will have to search for the Google Sheet, since I am going to add the link into the Google Sheets application, and in the action event, since I just want to update a cell value. So that is why I'll go with the same action event. Okay, so you'll have to search for that update a cell value. Okay, update cell value. Again, click on connect and connect your spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. And I have selected the existing connections only. All right, it is connected. Now it is asking to select the spreadsheet. Well, I have the spreadsheet as the daily blog writing sheet, so I'll go with the same daily blog writing sheet. All right, and since I just have a single sheet here as the sheet 1, so I'll go with the same, and it has got selected automatically. Now it is asking for the range, and enter the range of the sheet that needs to be updated. Example C5. Okay, so here we'll have to provide the column name and the row index, but here my column name is not going to change. So here I'm going to provide the column name as B, because sometimes it can be 2, sometimes it can be 3, 4, 5, 6. So I cannot provide it manually. Here, instead of providing the row index manually, I'm going to map it from where? Well, remember we have received the data in our first Google Sheet steps. So from there only I'm going to map the row index, and here you can see I have mapped the value as B2. Here you can see the combination of column name and row index, and in this B2 I just want to update the link of my article. So how I'm going to do that? Well, in the previous step where I have received the response, here you will find, okay, I'll have to minimize it first. Okay, so in the previous step, what the response I have received of the Google Drive step, you will find my link also. Okay, so response to web view link. Okay, here is the link of that article which I am going to directly map. Okay, again, mapping is very simple. Directly click on this particular field and map the data. So how about I directly search for that response to web view link. Okay, all right, I have mapped it. Clicking on this button, save and send test request, coming back here, and you will see the magic that the link has been updated. Now you must be thinking that why only the single article has been generated and the link for the same has been generated, why not for others? Because one very important step is still missing, that is clicking on extension, going to the Pabbly Connect webhooks and enabling this send all event. Okay, so whenever you would like to generate the articles in bulk, you just need to provide the title in this particular column. Then you need to set up the automation in between Google Sheets, OpenAI and Google Drive application. And once everything is done, you just need to enable this particular option, and you will see that the articles will be generated automatically in bulk. Okay, so if I'll go back to my Google Drive folder, you will see the articles will be generated automatically in next few seconds. And here you can see it has already started generating, coming back to my spreadsheet. And if you will wait for few seconds, you will see the links will be automatically added. So this is how you can generate the articles in bulk automatically within few seconds. You just need to set up this automation once inside Pabbly Connect. And after that, as soon as you're going to add the data and clicking on this send all event, the magic will happen. Okay, I'm also going to attach the shareable link of my workflow into my description box. So just in case if you want to clone the same workflow into your account which I have created in front of you, you just need to click on that particular link and sign up for free in the Pabbly Connect, and the same workflow will be cloned into your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. If you're a food blogger and you will always have to share the unique recipe ideas with your audience on Facebook, then this video is for you, because here I'm going to teach you how to generate the recipes with AI and automatically post the same recipes on Facebook. For that, you just need to set an automation in between these applications, and after that, as soon as you're going to add your recipe title here into the spreadsheet, the automation will automatically pick that recipe title, automatically generate the recipe via OpenAI, and after that it will automatically even share the same recipe on Facebook. Yes, you do not have to do anything manually after you have set up an automation in between these applications. Want to learn how you can set this automation for yourself? Come with me and I'll show you the whole process step by step. So this is my spreadsheet, and here I'm going to add the recipe title, just a recipe title, and then I'm going to connect the same spreadsheet with the OpenAI application, which is an amazing AI research and deployment company using which we are going to generate the recipes automatically. And not just the recipes, one can create any kind of content with the OpenAI because it works on the principle of artificial intelligence. And then we are going to connect the same thing with the Facebook where we would like to share our recipes. Okay, so this is how we are going to connect these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing integration and automation software. And one can create different kinds of automation by simply connecting different applications. You can also reach here by typing pabbly.com/connect. I will also attach this link into my description box. Now, if you are a new user of Pabbly Connect, you will have to sign up for free, where you will get free tasks, that too every month, in order to test these kinds of amazing automation. I'm already an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so that is why I'm clicking on sign in, clicking on access now, and this is how I have reached out to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Now, after reaching out to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, the very first thing is you'll have to click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and simply provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. So I am providing the name as generate recipes with AI and post on Facebook automatically. Now you will have to click on create, and you will find two boxes in front of you. These are actually trigger and action. Okay, let me show you. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So whenever this happens, do this. Understand with an example also. Whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, let's say send an email via Gmail application. And here, according to our use case, whenever we are going to add the recipe title into the Google Sheets application, automatically generate the recipe via OpenAI application, and then share the same recipe on Facebook application. So this is how we need to always select the applications in which we are setting up an automation. And here in this particular automation, we are actually building the connection in between Google Sheets, OpenAI and Facebook. So that is why the first application here will be the Google Sheets, and I want with that whenever the data is updated or a new data is added into a row, this automation should trigger. So that is why I have selected this particular trigger event. Well, it is only a single trigger event here only. Okay, now after selecting these two, here you can see a webhook URL and few set of instruction. Okay, so the idea here is we are going to connect our spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect so that we can capture the data of our spreadsheet in Pabbly Connect, and then we are going to send the same data to further application, and we are going to do that with the help of this webhook URL. Okay, so copy this webhook URL, go back to your spreadsheet, and here you will have to go to extension, add-on, click on get add-ons, and here exactly we are going to search for the Pabbly Connect webhooks add-on. Alright, so I'm searching for the same Pabbly Connect webhooks or add-on, and you will have to firstly install this particular add-on. Well, it is already installed into my account, so that is why I'm not going to install it. But make sure that whenever you are building the connections for the first time, you will have to install this particular add-on into your account. For now, I'm going to close it, and after you will install this particular add-on, you will again have to click on this extension, and you will find your add-on here, that is Pabbly Connect webhooks. Click on initial setup, and here exactly we are going to paste the same webhook URL which we have received via Pabbly Connect. So I am going to replace the existing one, and in the trigger column, well, the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So what is this trigger column? So if the data is filled up to this particular column, the automation should start trigger, or the data should be sent to the Pabbly Connect. That will be considered as the trigger column. And here in this particular case, I want that as soon as I am going to add the recipe titles here in the A column, after that the automation should trigger. So that is why I have selected the trigger column as A. Now I'll be clicking on this send test, and you will see Pabbly Connect is actually waiting for the webhook response. And after I have selected send test, here you can see the response has been received. Okay, I'll go back to the spreadsheet, and firstly I'm going to submit it, and then I'll close it. And here you can see setup configured successfully. Click on close. Now coming back here, and let us check the details one by one. So yes, I have selected the trigger column as A only. My spreadsheet name was actually daily blog writing sheet only. Here is the spreadsheet ID, the sheet name, the sheet ID, the row index, and the same recipe title which we have added inside our spreadsheet. So the presence of this data clearly shows that the first step of our automation, which is connecting Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect and capturing the data here, is done. Now we are going to send the same data to OpenAI application via which we are going to generate the recipes. Okay, before that, let me tell you very important setting about this particular automation, about this particular spreadsheet. Okay, so if you want this automation to work in the real time, if you want that whenever you are adding the titles, the recipe titles here, these titles should automatically get sent to the Pabbly Connect. For that, you'll have to enable an option that is send on event. I'm repeating this again, that you'll have to enable this particular option in order to execute this automation in real time. And whenever you are working in the Google Sheets along with the Pabbly Connect, make sure you work in the incognito window, or if you are working in the normal window, make sure that you are not logged in into the multiple Gmail accounts, otherwise the authorization error will occur. All right, so coming back to Pabbly Connect and moving further, here I am going to search for the OpenAI application, which I have told you already that it is an AI research and deployment company. And before I am going to make the connections with Pabbly Connect and OpenAI, basically OpenAI and Pabbly Connect, firstly I'll take you to the website, basically the dashboard of OpenAI, and here I'm going to show you that how it is going to work. So click on API, and firstly you will have to sign up here. I am going to log in because I already have an account. Now, after logging to the OpenAI dashboard, you will have to go to this playground section, and as the name suggests, we are actually going to play with the content here. You just need to provide the instructions and you will see the magic that how the content will be generated automatically. Let me even show you an example, that write a story on dog, and if I will click on this submit button, you will see the magic. Okay, and here you can see that it has start writing the story automatically. If I'll read the lines, once upon a time there lived a happy pup named Champ. He lived, okay, it is actually generating the content very rapidly. Even I am not even able to read it. Okay, once upon a time there lived a happy pup named Champ. He lived in a big beautiful home with his loving family. The whole family would go on long walks every morning and night. So this is how you just need to provide the instructions and everything is going to happen automatically. Let me show you another example, that write an article on beauty tips. Okay, so this time I'll show you that how one can generate the articles using OpenAI. Okay, here you can see beauty tips to help you look and feel great. It has even created a title for my blog, and let us read few lines of this particular content. Okay, looking and feeling great can be a challenge in our busy lives. With the right beauty tips, however, you can enhance your natural beauty and enjoy a healthier, more confident look and feel. Okay, here are some tips to get you started. Okay, so this is how you can even generate the articles. Let me even show you another example, that how you can even generate the replies. Okay, so write a reply for the YouTube video comment, and how about I provide the comment as that someone has actually provided this particular comment on my YouTube channel. Okay, nice video. Okay, clicking on submit and let us wait. Okay, it has automatically generated the content, that thank you for sharing, it was really informative and helpful. I appreciate you taking the time to make this video. Okay, I think there is some issue, write a reply for the YouTube. All right, the spelling was not correct, I'll have to write it once again. Okay, and how about I provide a hyphen and then I provide the comment. Okay, deleting the existing content and clicking on submit once again. And here you can see thanks, it was fun making it. So this is how, as a creator, it has created an automatic reply for that, and not just for the YouTube. If you want to generate the replies for your Google My Business, then also you can do the same, and you can perform n number of tasks, basically, or artificial intelligence related tasks. And not just that, you can perform various kind of tasks. You can even start generating the coding with the help of this particular section. Okay, so this is the power of OpenAI, and we are going to use this OpenAI in order to generate the recipes. And let me show you few settings of this particular software. So first thing, it is asking for the model. Okay, so these are the various models via which you can perform the operations. I will go with the text, the Vinci 003, because it is the most capable model in the GPT-3 series, and it can perform any task the other GPT-3 models can. And yes, it can perform various kind of tasks, the artificial intelligence, with the help of artificial intelligence. Okay, so I will go with the text, the Vinci 003. If you want to know more about other models, you can read the instructions, or you can even read on the internet. Okay, second thing, it is asking for the temperature. Again, read the instructions. What is this temperature? It controls the randomness. Okay, so lowering results in less random completions. As the temperature approaches to 0, the model will become the deterministic and repetitive. So that means you cannot go with 0 values, otherwise it will start generating the repetitive content. So you will have to provide some kind of value here. So I'll go with the 0.7 only. Moving further, we have the maximum length. Again, read the instructions, the maximum number of tokens to generate. Okay, so request can use up to 2048 or 4000 tokens shared between the prompt and completion. The exact limit varies by model, and one token is roughly equals to the 4 characters for normal English text. So basically, you can define your content length via this particular option, this particular setting. Another thing we have in the list is the stop sequence. Enter the sequence and press tab. So you can define any kind of symbol here as a stop sequence. So how about I use this particular sequence? Now click on add, and this is how you can define your stop sequence. And whenever you are generating the content at the, if you will use this particular stop sequence at the end of your content, the system will understand that here exactly it should stop generating the content. Here exactly our content is actually end. Okay, and I'm sorry for that. Now click on submit, and here you will see it will again generate a reply, and the system has understood that the content has end here only. Okay, let us read a few more settings one by one. Okay, let us discuss them one by one. Another thing we have with this is the top P. It controls the diversity via nucleus sampling. Okay, 0.5 means half of all likelihood weighted options are considered. Well, it controls the diversity of the content, and you can even read more about the nucleus sampling. Another thing we have is the frequency penalty. How much to penalize new tokens based on their existing frequency in the text so far? It decreases the model's likelihood to repeat the same line verbatim. Okay, I'll read this particular line once again. Okay, so to repeat the same line verbatim. So if you will provide some kind of value, it will decreases the model's likelihood to repeat the same line verbatim. So that is why it is important to provide some kind of settings here, some kind of value here. We have another thing as the presence penalty. How much to penalize new tokens based on whether they appear in the text so far. It increases the model's likelihood to talk about the new topic. So if you want your automation, your system to start generating unique topics, you will have to provide a value. Otherwise, it will start generating the more repetitive content. And we have best of. It generates the multiple completion server side and displays only the best. Okay, so as per the instruction, if you will provide any value here, it will generate that number of copies of content, and among those content it will provide you the best. Okay, so that is why it has the name as best of. Okay, so this is how you can read the instructions one by one and do the settings as per your choice. Now I'll come back to Pabbly Connect, and then I'm going to connect to my OpenAI application account with the Pabbly Connect. And for the connections, it will ask you for the token which you can get from this particular hyperlink. Okay, so you'll just have to click on a button that is create a new secret key, and after creating this secret key, you can save it for the future reference, so that you will not have to regenerate this key again and again whenever you are building the connections. I'll go with the existing connection because I have already generated this particular key. Clicking on save, and you will see how OpenAI account will be connected with Pabbly Connect. Now it is asking to select the AI model. Well, as I have just told you that I go with the text the Vinci 003 model. So coming back here, and I'm going to select the same as text the Vinci 003. Asking for the prompt, so you'll have to read the instructions. Please make sure that you are entering the prompt properly. You can check the supported prompt formats here, okay? You can actually visit this particular link, and let me first show you what is this prompt all about, okay? So whatever the instructions you are adding in this particular box, in this particular playground, if you will click on this view code button, you will find that it is actually a prompt, okay? So you can see whatever I have, whatever the content I have added here is considered as the prompt, okay? So basically you can understand it as a kind of instructions. Coming back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to provide a prompt, and here I will provide the prompt something like write a recipe, or how about I provide something like generate a recipe on, and here I will finally provide the same title which I have copied, which I have actually received via my spreadsheet, and I don't need to manually copy and paste the data here, because in this way this automation is not going to work. I'm going to map it, and mapping is very simple in Pabbly Connect. You just need to click on this particular field, and you will find the above data here in the drop down, and you just need to select that particular title, and this is how you can perform the mapping, and whatever the values you are going to map here will be replaced automatically when this automation is going to work in the real time. So that is why mapping is important here, and this is how the automation is going to take place. Now it is asking to select the maximum tokens, the sampling type, the sampling value, the presence penalty, the frequency penalty. Well, these are the same settings which I have just discussed in front of you, but for now I am going to leave all these fields blank, and you will see that it will automatically take the default value, okay? So I'll be directly clicking on the save and centers button. You will see that how the recipe will be generated automatically, and this is how with the help of OpenAI you can generate the unique recipes. You just need to provide an instruction, a title here, okay? Here you can see the response has been received. Let us check the content, okay? So under this choices 0 text you will find your content, okay? Here you can see it has provided some ingredients, that for the egg recipe you will need 5 boiled eggs, 1 tablespoon of cumin powder, the coriander powder, garam masala, turmeric powder, chili powder, onion, garlic, ginger, and this is how it has created a very nice recipe, okay? But here I would like to recommend you that whatever the recipes you are generating, before you are sharing directly on the social media, firstly you should capture this data somewhere, maybe on your WordPress website, maybe on the Google Docs, okay? You should capture this data, you should collect this data automatically into the Google Docs or maybe on WordPress website. You should first review these these recipes, and then only you should share it on the Facebook, because this is something which we are not doing it manually, we are generating it with the help of artificial intelligence, okay? So it's just a small tip from my side, okay? So the second step of our automation is also done, and let's say you also want to generate the images. You do not want to generate the images manually. That is also possible with the help of OpenAI only. You just need to click on this plus icon and search for the OpenAI, and here in the action event, instead of selecting the generate content, this time we will select this generate image, and then we are going to connect OpenAI once again, and I'll go with the select existing connection only, and you will see how it will be connected, and this is how we are going to generate the image, okay? Again you will have to write the prompt, and this time the prompt will be, you tell us what will be the prompt, okay? So generate an image, this is going to be my prompt, okay? Let me correct the spelling, hyphen, and here exactly again I am going to map the title on which I would like to generate the image, okay? So I have provided the title, the number of images to be created. Well, I just want to create a single image only, so that is why I have selected, I have added the value as 1, and again it is completely up to you that which particular size of image you would like to generate. How about I generate the smallest image, okay? So clicking on this button, and you will see that how the image will be generated automatically with the help of OpenAI. And here you can see we have actually received the response. Let us check that whether the image has been generated or not. So this is the image URL which I'm going to copy and open in a new tab, and here you can see it has generated an image automatically. And again, I would like to recommend you that you should always review everything before you share it on the social media or with your people. Okay, so coming back to Pabbly Connect, and the third step of our automation is also done. Now we would like to share the same content on social media. So I'm going to click on this plus icon, and here I'm going to search for the Facebook as the action application. Okay, so here I just want to post on the Facebook pages, so that is why I'll go with the Facebook pages only, and I want that a page post should be created, so that is why I'll go with this particular action event. Now click on connect, and if you are connecting it for the first time, you'll have to click on add a new connection and provide the access of your Facebook account. Well, I have already connected my Facebook account, so how about I used the existing connections only. Clicking on save, and this is how my Facebook page will be connected with the Pabbly Connect. Well, you just need to select the pages. You can see whatever the pages are available into my Facebook account have started visible here, all these pages. And if you would like to, whatever the page on which you would like to post, you just need to select that particular page. So how about I select the page something like the blog review. It was something like that. Okay, so I am going to post the recipes on this particular page, or I can even post it on this tiffin center page. Okay, A to Z tiffin center. Okay, so how about I directly search for the same A to Z tiffin center. All right, here is that page. Well, you do not have to do anything with this particular token. It is simply asking for the message and the link URL. So again, I'm going to provide the message from the OpenAI application step only. Okay, and here exactly we have generated the content, and under this choices zero text, we have all the recipe. We have the recipe which I have mapped, and in the link URL, well, here I'm going to map my image URL from this particular step. Okay, so here we have the image URL. All right, now I'll be clicking on this button save and send test request, and you will see that how. Okay, I'll have to click on this get started in order to open this particular page. And here I have opened this page, and in this particular page I have the latest image as this particular image which was posted on October 28, 2021. And right now I'm going to post this particular image and the content, clicking on save and send test request and waiting for the response, fingers crossed. All right, and here you can see the response has been received. Going back to my Facebook account, and let me refresh this particular page, this particular account, and again fingers are crossed. Let us check whether that particular image has got posted or not. And yes, you can see the content and the image has been posted, but as I have just told you that you should not make your video, you should not make your content live directly on the social media. First you should review it. So if you want this content to review, what you can do is you can add one more step before this Facebook page, and what we are going to do is we are going to draft this particular recipe into the WordPress first, or maybe into the Google Docs. Okay, so let's say we draft it into the Google Docs. So here I will search for the Google Docs, or instead of Google Docs you can even search for the Google Drive, because here we are going to paste the same content into the specific folder. Okay, in the action event I want that it should create a new file in a specific folder. Now I'll be clicking on connect, and then I'm going to connect to my Google Drive account with Pabbly Connect. Again, I'll use the existing connection only, but you will have to go to the add a new connection and simply provide the access of your Google Drive account. Okay, and here you can see it is connected, and whatever the folders are available into my Google Drive account have started visible here. So I'll have to specify that in which particular folder I would like to add these recipes. Okay, so I have the folder name as all blogs. Let me even open my drive and check for this particular folder, that whether something is already present in this particular folder or not. Alright, so here you can see I have the folder name as all blogs. I'm going to open that. and here you can see this particular folder is actually blank. Okay, coming back to Pabbly Connect, I have selected the same folder, and in the file name, well, here I would like to tell you one more thing, that instead of selecting this particular folder from the drop down, you can even map the ID of this particular folder also by enabling this mapping buttons. Okay, so this is how you just need to toggle this particular button, remove this existing ID, and you will have to paste this particular ID. So copy this particular ID and paste here. Okay, so again, it is completely up to you whether you would like to select it from the drop down or from the mapping. Okay, and I am going to map this particular ID only, so I have copied it and going to paste the same. All right, so I have pasted the same, and it is asking for the file name. So I would like to provide the file name as the title of my recipe only, so I'm going to map the same from the spreadsheet data only, which I have mapped. It is asking that the file type, so of course I want to generate a document, so I'll be clicking on this button, save and send test request, going back to my Google Drive, and here I will wait, and here you can see the document, a blank document has been generated. Now after you have created a blank document, here we just want to add our recipe content. Okay, so coming back to Pabbly Connect, and here I am going to add the content. So that is why, again, before this particular step, I am going to click on this plus icon, and here I will select for Google Drive step once again. Okay, Google Drive. Okay, I'll have to correct the spelling, Google Drive, and in the action event, well, I just want to update the content, so I will go with the update content in a specific file. Now I am going to connect to my Google Drive account once again with Pabbly Connect, and here by just doing few more settings, I will be able to add my content into the Google Docs application. Again, it is asking to choose the file. Well, again, I am going to enable the mapping button. Here I am going to delete the existing video ID, sorry, not the video ID, it is the document ID, and I am going to map the document ID because I have already created a document, and I would like to paste the content in this particular document only, and here is the ID of that particular folder. Okay, sorry, that particular document. Asking for the file content, will you tell us that from where exactly we will actually get this content? Okay, so we have generated the content via the OpenAI. So yes, I'm going to map the content from this choices 0 text. Okay, I have done this, clicking on this button, going back to my Google document and waiting, and here you can see the recipe has been added, the content has been added. Okay, this is really amazing. Okay, coming back to Pabbly Connect, and this step is also done. And how about we save the link of this particular document in our spreadsheet as well? Remember, we have created a spreadsheet initially, and I want the link of the very same document in this particular column, basically into this B column. So if you really want to add the link of your document here exactly, you will have to add one more action step here by clicking on this plus icon. Okay, so if you want the link of that document, again you will have to search for the Google Drive, and in the action event you will have to search for the share a file with anyone. Okay, let me search for that, share a file with anyone. Now you'll ask me that why this particular action event. So let me show you that currently it has the access as private to only me. So if I'm going to add the link of the document here, nobody will be able to check this document if they do not have the access. So that is why I'll have to add the link which is having the access as view, anyone can view. And one more thing, that I do not have received the document link in the above two steps. So that is why also I am adding this particular action step, so that I can actually get the document link. Okay, and I can get the document link via this particular action event only. Okay, so clicking on connect, going with the existing connection, clicking on save, and it will ask me again the document to select. So I'll go with the same. So it is asking for the file ID. Again, enable this particular option. Here I'm going to delete the existing one, and I'm going to map the document ID. It is the same document ID. I'll have to map the same, of course. Okay, I have mapped it, clicking on this button, save and send test request. I'll have to wait for that. and waiting for the response. The response has been received, and you can see that the permission has been changed from the public on the web, from private to public on the web. Okay, and if I'll show you the response of this particular step, you will see the link of the same document. Here you can see the document link under this response web view link, and I am going to update the same link here into my spreadsheet. Okay, so that is why if you want this link to be added into the spreadsheet, so I'll have to click on this plus icon once again, search for the Google Sheets because I want to add the link into the Google Sheets application only, and in the action event, since I want to update the value, update a single value in the cell only. Okay, so that is why I'll go with the update cell value. Okay, click on connect, click on add new connection. Sorry, I'm sorry for that. I'll go with the existing connection. You will have to go with the add new connection, clicking on save, and this is how my spreadsheet account will be also connected. And I'll select this particular spreadsheet, that is daily blog writing sheet for the food website, and you can see after the connection all of the spreadsheets are started visible. Here I'm going to search for the same. Here is the daily blog writing sheet. It is asking to select the sheet 1. Well, I just have a single sheet only, so I'll go with the same, asking for the range, enter the range of the sheet that needs to be updated. Well, I want to update the value in this particular column, and here the column will remain same, but my row value will be changed. This time it will be 2, but other time it will be 3, 4, 5. So this is how it is going to change. So here I am going to manually add the column name, that is B, and I am going to map the row index, that is row 2. Okay, here we have the row index, and this is how this automation will take place. Again, you can read the instructions. Now finally it is asking for the value. Well, I just need to add the value, basically the link of my Google Docs which I have received from the recent step, from the latest step, and here we have the link as response web view link, which I have mapped successfully. Finally clicking on this button save and send test request, and you will see the magic that the link will be even updated automatically. So this is how now onwards, as soon as you're going to add the title here, the same on the same title the recipe will be generated automatically with the help of OpenAI. The image will be merged automatically with the help of OpenAI. You can even add the recipe link here. Coming back to Pabbly Connect, and here I would like to tell you one more thing, that this automation is going to work in the real time. So as soon as the link will be updated here, the recipes will be shared automatically on this particular Facebook page, but I want to review it first, and then only I want this automation to execute. So what I can do is I can click on this plus icon, and here I can add a delay of 10 minutes, and in that 10 minutes I can review that particular content. Okay, so let me show you how you can apply the delay. And what is this delay? Delay is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect via which you can delay your workflows, your automation with anytime. Okay, so how much delay you want to put in workflow? So I want to delay for 10 minutes, so that is why I have added this particular value. Okay, delay for 10 minutes. Okay, clicking on this button save and send test request, and you will see that the automation will be delayed for 10 minutes, and within these 10 minutes you can review this particular content, and you will see that after this 10 minutes the recipe will be shared automatically on Facebook. And just in case if you're not sure about your content, what you can do is go to your history section, and here you will find an option of stop the execution. Okay, currently it is not visible because the execution has not been done. But here exactly in the history section, you will find an option of stop the execution of this automation. And this is how you can stop the execution of the automation anytime. If you're not sure how you can do that, I will attach a separate video of that how you can delay this particular automation. Okay, so I'm going to refresh this automation once again because I have added a lot of steps before this 9 steps. So it is important to refresh it. Okay, and this is how you can create this automation. This is how you can start generating the recipes for your website, for your food blogging website automatically. And this is how you can even share these recipes automatically on Facebook. Well, again, it is completely up to you whether you would like to add these steps, these Google Drive steps. If you really want to draft these steps into Google Docs, then only you will have to add these additional steps. Otherwise, you can skip these steps and you can even share the same directly. Okay, so this is how everything will be happen automatically. You just need to set up this automation inside Pabbly Connect once, and after that, as soon as you're going to add the title here, the automation will generate the recipes automatically, will share the recipes on Facebook automatically. In case you want to clone the whole setup into your account, I will attach this shareable link of my same workflow which I have created in front of you into my YouTube video description box. You just need to click on this particular link, and by clicking on this link, by signing up via this link, you can get this workflow, this automation cloned into your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free.